Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Entertainment Highlights. I'm your host, Daniel. Today I want to talk about some Broadway shows that recently got a movie or live recording in the past few years that I very much recommend to any musical fan. Before we jump into that, a little bit of trailer news. On February 28th, Warner Brothers released the second trailer for their latest movie in the Wizarding World. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore shows the dark wizard Gellert Grindelwald attempting to seize control of the Wizarding World. Albus Dumbledore enlists the help of Magizoologist, which is a witch or wizard who studies magical creatures, Newt Scamander, to help defeat this villainous foe. But with the stakes so high, how long can Dumbledore stay out of this battle, and just what secrets is he holding? The third movie of the franchise includes an all-star cast, including Jude Law, Eddie Redmayne, and Mads Mikkelsen replacing Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. I'm bummed to not see Depp playing Grindelwald, but I can't let that discourage me from seeing this film. Also, I am sure Mikkelsen will do an incredible job. The Harry Potter franchise has always been one of my favorite series, so I'm always up for a good wizard film. During the trailer, we are shown glimpses of an all-out battle between Grindelwald and Dumbledore. Who will be victorious? All questions will be answered when this film hits theaters on April 15th, 2022.
There's nothing you can do to stop me.
Things are not quite what they appear.
One Broadway show that recently got a movie remake is West Side Story. West Side Story is a Romeo and Juliet type film where love-struck Tony first meets Maria at a dance in 1957 New York City. Their romance, unfortunately, burns the fire between the two feuding gangs, the Jets and the Sharks, both wanting control of the streets. The Broadway show opened in Washington, D.C. in 1957 and then moved to New York City. A few years later, in 1961, the show was made into a movie with several stars, like Rita Moreno. The film became a hit in the musical world, with iconic songs such as Tonight. The new remake released in December 2021 and was directed by Steven Spielberg, who is the director of many known movies, such as Jaws, E.T., and Jurassic Park. The remake stars Rachel Zegler as Maria, Ansel Elgort as Tony, Ariana DeBose as Anita, and Rita Moreno returning as a new character, Valentina. The two movies follow the same plot as the Broadway show, but between the three, all have many differences, ranging from new dialogue to a different song order. As a musical fan, this one was on my list of movie musicals to check out. When I watched the 1961 version, I liked it, but it wasn't one of my favorites compared to other musicals. The singing was amazing, but at some points the plot just felt slow. The remake, however, stole the show. The visuals, cinematography, acting, singing, and dancing were all incredible. I really enjoyed watching Spielberg's recreation of this classic story. I prefer and recommend the remake to any musical fan who hasn't seen it, but you should still check out the original.
Life matters even more than love.
The remake is now streaming on HBO Max and on Disney+. I rate the remake a 9 out of 10. Fun fact, Rita Moreno is in the 1961 version won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for her role as Anita, and now Ariana DeBose is up for the same Oscar as the same character. One Broadway show that recently got a movie musical was adored by musical fans, but didn't respond so well in the movie version by critics. Dear Evan Hansen is about Evan Hansen who suffers from social anxiety. After he writes a letter that was never meant to be seen and tells a lie that was never meant to be told, his whole life changes in a way he never expected. The Broadway musical opened in July 2015, with the role of Evan being played by Ben Platt. The reviews loved the show, and it won Best Musical at the Tonys. It was adored by fans as songs were easy to get stuck in your head, such as Waving Through a Window or You Will Be Found. A book was released in October 2018, which followed a lot of the play but changed some key points in the story. The movie released on September 24, 2021, with Ben Platt returning to the role as Evan. The film followed the same plot of the show, but changed it, such as taking out various songs from the show because it did not fit into the movie. The film got harsh comments, saying Platt was too old to be Evan, and normal moviegoers who might not have seen the Broadway show might not have understood everything going on and continued to criticize Platt as Evan. The movie wasn't received fairly, but I thought the movie was great. Were there awkward parts? Sure. But overall, there was a lot of good parts in the film. The acting for some characters were great, such as Caitlin Dever as Zoe and Amy Adams as Cynthia Murphy. The performance by Ben Platt, though, was outstanding. His singing voice is great, and he acts very well. I highly recommend watching this movie. It sends a message to people today saying you are not alone. You always have someone there to help you. It is a great movie in general and was judged too harshly.
On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm chopping on the glass, waiting through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. Waiting through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Is anybody waving?
The movie version of Dear Evan Hansen is now out on DVD. I rate it a 9 out of 10. These next two Broadway musical movies are written by a well-known name in Broadway history and will continue to rise up as time goes on. What's his name, man? His name is Lin-Manuel Miranda. Last summer, his first musical finally got a movie version. In the Heights tells the story about Usnavi, who runs a bodega in Washington Heights and saves up every penny and dreams of a better life. The Broadway play opened in February 2008, where Lin-Manuel Miranda played Usnavi. Other notable actors included Christopher Jackson playing Benny, Mandy Gonzalez as Nina Rosario, and Olga Meredith plays Abuela Claudia. The Broadway play won Best Musical at the Tonys in 2008. The movie was released by Warner Brothers in June 2021. It was originally supposed to release in summer 2020, but got delayed due to movie theater shutdowns. The movie features Anthony Ramos as Usnavi, Leslie Grace as Nina Rosario, and Olga Meredith reprises her role as Abuela. Lin even is in the film as a smaller role as the Piragua guy. Overall, I've really enjoyed watching this film. All of Lin's music is genius. The acting is done by really superb actors, and their singing performances are just as great. The plot on both the Broadway show and the movie are similar, with no huge differences.
We came to work and to live, and we got a lot in common. DRPR, we are not stopping.
Every day,
Until the day we go from poverty to stock options. Today's all we got, so we cannot stop. This is our block in the Heights.
The movie is now streaming on HBO Max. For my final score, I rated the movie a 9.5 out of 10. The next Broadway show does not have a movie, but does have a filmed cast recording. Hamilton is one of Lin-Manuel Miranda's greatest creations. Using all different styles of music such as hip-hop, rap, jazz, and more, Lin tells the life of Alexander Hamilton. Hamilton started its Broadway run in August 2015, and the show has been raved about for years. In the original Broadway cast, Lin performs as Hamilton with an even bigger cast. Leslie Odom Jr. plays Aaron Burr, Christopher Jackson, the same one from In the Heights, stars as George Washington. Anthony Ramos, again the same one from In the Heights, plays John Lawrence and Philip Hamilton. And Daveed Diggs stars as Marquis de Lafayette and Thomas Jefferson. This musical set a record for 16 nominations in 13 categories and won 11, including Best Musical. In February 2020, it was announced Disney was going to release the film version of the musical with the original cast in theaters in 2021. Then a few months after COVID, it was announced by Lin the show would release on Disney Plus in July 2020, just in time for the 4th of July. In my opinion, Hamilton is one of the best things I've ever seen. The storytelling is incredible, the music is flawless, and it doesn't miss. The casting is awesome, and everyone plays their part so well. I hope to one day see Hamilton in person, but the cast recording is still amazing to see.
to your union and the hope that you provide.
they couldn't.
The movie is now streaming on Disney+. My rating for this is an easy 11 out of 10. I highly recommend. Thank you for watching this episode of Entertainment Highlights. Next time, I will talk about some pretty good TV series to watch, such as Once Upon a Time, and in the later weeks, I'll give my review of The Batman. Until next time, that's all, folks.